Hey, everybody. I get this sent to everybody real quick. Hey, Linda. Let's see here. There we go. Hello, hello. Hey, Robin, Connie, Miss Peggy, Linda, Hot Damn, Country Girl. I decided to just go live for a little bit and talk a little bit about the case. Probably not for very long. I kind of had a lingering headache since last night. I was trying to decide, should I go live? Should I not? So I do. I think I look like like a tot outside, basically. Um but thank you. Gosh, guys. Hey, Pamela. Fred's somewhere outside in the heat. I don't think he knew I was going live. It rained really bad yesterday, but it's still hot as hell. Still hot as hell. And I couldn't even barely take I took my dog for a walk, but it was too hot even. I took the little stroller. Oh, thanks. We did this live, or did these live the other day. So this isn't going to be like a drama stream or anything. And I'm not going back and forth with people, but I just need people to think and use their brains. So first, I guess we'll start with this here. Um, because people are trying to rewrite history and try to make you think differently about what happened to the channel the other day. If anybody has any type of background in computers, hi double shot, you know how it works. So if you have an Android phone, every time you sign into your new phone or your Android, when you get a new phone, it asks you to make a Google account or sign into your Google account. And that is what was hacked of mine. That's what people don't understand. It was not my YouTube directly. They accessed my YouTube through my Google. So this is when I noticed they did it in like a matter of 2 minutes. As you can see, some kind of passkey was added to my account at 3:22, and by 3:24 they had completely taken over the account and changed the password, changed the phone number on my Google account, everything. It wasn't until after that they did that they made a beeline straight to my YouTube and then took over my YouTube. If this was an attack from somebody just rando in a different country, like these people are trying to make you think, because some of them are involved, then they wouldn't have gone straight to my freaking YouTube. It wouldn't. I mean, why would they go straight to my YouTube of all places? They hacked my Google account, and it was yeah. They added some kind of like physical key. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they did it. But they've been trying for a long time. I've been getting all kinds of weird notifications over the years of, somebody trying to log into my account, blah, blah, blah. This happened a couple of days after somebody contacted Duke Energy and pretended to be me. And knew things about my account that they couldn't have possibly knew unless they were contacting Duke Electric as myself, No, that's not true. Not true. It went straight through my Google. So we're not going to sit here and tell lies. So what happened? I lived it. It is a virus that has been used many times on people to gain access to their computers and stuff like that. It's a common virus that they used or whatever they used. From when I look it up, it is something that's been used before, that whole crypto or whatever thing. They do that. They run it on your channel in order to get your channel taken down and terminated. That's the whole point of it. So that way people like report it, and your channel gets terminated, and then you lose your channel, was the hopes of that whole thing. If it was some type of attack in any other way, do you think that they would have gone straight to my YouTube from my Google? There is so many things that you can access from somebody's Google account that is connected to their phone. So yeah, I didn't see it happen to anybody else, any other creators, and it just so happened that this has been I've talked about this before. About a year ago, I came out and I told everybody I had to contact Windows because some weird shit was happening. Windows were popping up on my computer. I contacted Windows and got that handled. Guys, I've been on the internet since it was first a thing. I'm pretty good at computers. I have I'm not an expert at it, but I'm definitely very well versed in computers. So yeah, they changed. This is what people don't understand. These people are making you think that it was just my YouTube that was hacked. That's not what happened. And they want to make you think that because they want you guys to think I'm crazy and I'm just like, oh, just making this stuff up. Something's, something's wrong with Ziggy. She just is so crazy, right? That's awesome. I mean, that's good to know. 1 week left. Yeah, that's what I did, Brenda. That's what I did. And, well, not exactly. So she somehow knew the second I had put my electric into Fred's name. She was no announcement. There was nothing on YouTube that would give anybody heads up to that. Nobody should have freaking known that. She knew the second it happened and started posting on her wall about it. She even posted herself. Let me see here. 1 second. Which I wasn't even going to get into this too much about this part of it because I really hate giving this one attention because she just that's what she's dying for, But right here, she talks about having my payment history and that she showed it when she went live and that she said it's disconnected. She had it put in his name. I will show receipts. So how does she have my payment history, guys? This is not normal. So I love how people are trying to switch things around and make it seem differently. Right here is more about, what they were doing to my account. A new passkey was added, was removed. They did this in a matter of just a couple minutes. And no, Mutt Rescue. Yes, lots of channels have been affected by that. They use the virus in order to get access to your freaking YouTube to have your YouTube terminated. They did it directly to me. Yes, it's something that people have used. They utilize, like hackers use to get access to your computers to many people, but they specifically targeted me. I don't know why now all of a sudden my freaking computer doesn't want to screen share. That Mutt Rescue was not out there. I said that after. She put that all out. She couldn't have possibly known that. Oh, sure, Mutt Rescue. Sure. Oh, it was so wild, right? I just noticed everybody in the community's channels just taken over. Oh, it was so wild. Well, they didn't access to just my account number. They freaking had to use other information. That's what people don't understand either, is it was not just my account number that I put out 3 years ago. she used other information, because you can't just access payment history through an account number. You know, the only thing that I gave access to was the guest portal, and that guest portal doesn't tell you payment history and stuff like that. It is what it is. It wasn't 666 specifically on that one. She's tied to it, but Fred's sister is big into hacking, and she's hacked accounts before. But I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you guys. Like, it's pretty obvious to me. If you go straight to your YouTube channel, I mean, it happened right after my Duke Electric. Like, she changed things. She was mad about that. This is their freaking. She's been trying forever to log into my stuff. I think she's absolutely capable of it. And Fred's sister has been into that stuff for years. Hacking bank accounts, transferring money to herself, setting up crime scenes. She's into that. All that stuff that Fred found with the wig and those transactions in Guatemala, guys. This is not new type. We've known this. So my guess is, I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I know it's connected to them, but hi, Psychic. You guys are fine. When you freaking say things like that, it just gives them more, they try to use it as their ammo, as more, as a way to try to make me look crazy. But why would somebody go to your Google account, of all things, hack your Google account, but then go straight to your YouTube? It wasn't like they went through my YouTube directly. They went through my Google account, then my YouTube. And I wouldn't be surprised if other things start coming out of mine, on the internet that people shouldn't have access to, because they hacked my Google account. So that means they're going to have pictures, videos, calls, text, everything. Well, and there's already proof enough on 666's wall on my wall, that she accessed my Duke Electric, my payment history. How would she do that? Somebody wrote under that, like, they tried to say, oh, well, the balance kept going up. It's not rocket science. I'm like, do you not understand? Like, you would have to know my bill monthly and how much I'm paying. And then somebody else said something like the average in the area is $167 a month. My electric, did you guys not see my electric is almost $500 a month. I heard her say, the sooner you accept that she can do whatever the fuck she wants to do and there's nothing you can do about it. And she said, yeah, I called the cops. Yeah, they have her name in a file. And I sent them that stuff she said about, told them to add it to my freaking report. Sorry, it's so bright. Yeah, they used a program to do it. They used a program, a hacking, like a program. What they do is they get you to click on something, and that gives you access. It's kind of like that time in a way, but not as nearly as how I got Lizzie to click on a link so I could get her IP address to see because she was harassing me back in the day. is similar to that. If you can get somebody to click something, you know, if you could trick them, which I know they've been trying to trick me for years. So they just happened to get me this time. It's summertime. My electric is not under 300. It's just me. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to keep arguing about this. This stuff's going to naturally come out with time. But I just, it was not my YouTube, and people don't understand how exactly how it works. I get it too. I would think like you guys were thinking, but I have told you guys for years that this stuff was happening, and like I've showed, you know, it's not something that just happened overnight. Um, let me think. She was triggered. She called you all kinds of names. How is that possible? I stalked her. Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that. Like, I try to ignore her, as you know what I mean? But she goes out of her way to try to get my attention and contact Duke Electric and all this stuff that she does every day of her life, you know, contacting my family, contacting CPS. This is all stuff that she's admitted to doing. Contacting my family, contacting CPS, um, several times, contacting the Gambling Association, Animal Services. This is all stuff she's admitted to. I do think she faked being me. She has all my information. She's come up with, and then you guys got to remember too, once again, Fred's sister has all his information. So let's say, you know, so they either called in as me or they called in as Fred. But my guess it was called in as me, because how did she know the second my account like was changed over, you know? Like she was posting about it the same day, like around the same day, within 24 hours it happened, guys. It was like it was so obvious. Yeah, well, I'm in a 1,700 square foot house, and it is a, let me see if I can show. Well, here's the one I showed, but I covered it up. No, I'm not gonna show my freaking. I'm tired of freaking proving to myself always. But this one was back in. Let's see. I was just looking what my electric was for that month. For May to June, it was 305. But this for this month it's even going to be like, it's like almost like five. That's surprisingly lower. 305. That's pretty low. But that one's a couple months old. I did. I did let them know. That's what. See, I called them. So once I started noticing that people were telling me that she's posting stuff about my electric bill, that's when I contact them, because I changed everything online. I did it, changed everything to Fred's name myself online, and I didn't think much about it. And then people started telling me, she started posting stuff about my electric. And then that's when I called them, or that's when I posted a picture showing my picture, or that my electric was still on. That's when I think she called them and got really pissed, because she thought that my electric was off because she had accessed my account and saw that it was closed. Then when she saw my electric was still on, that's what made her call them, I think, to and that's when she found out I put it in Fred's name. It is about Summer Sue in a way. They're trying to hide. They're trying to hide what. And I just unblocked you like yesterday. So you come in the first chance you get to try to talk shit. I wonder who you're trying to hide for, or hide with that last name of Lawson. Yeah, we don't have like a choice in electric companies. How many times do people change? They get a high bill and then they change to a different company. It happens all the time. And I love that these people are trying to shame me over an electric bill. That's how desperate they are. That's why I told him, I said, I'd love to be able to hear these calls that you guys are getting. What people should really ask is how she got my payment history. How would she get my payment history, guys? That's all you have to ask. You don't get that through the guest portal. If I put out my account number, you cannot access payment history with just my account number. So she had to have used like my date of birth, my last four, my social, all that shit. It is very, very sad. We have people like um we have people like Ryan Finds Truth, who is posting on his wall things, saying something about a reading I did that didn't even have his name in it. And he's sitting there trying to act like he's all love. Why is he in every freaking hate chat about me? He's in 666s, he's in tragedy pimps, he's in chasings. Why is he in all these? If he's all love, then why is he in these type of chats? But see, like that doesn't even make sense, because I left for months and she still was like after, talking about me. Yeah, winter it does go back down. But then my gas goes up to about the same amount as my electric. You know what I mean? But yeah, they did make it a PIN number, Kristen. That's what I called, and it got somehow removed when I called again. So, but now my account number is different. So technically, she shouldn't be able to access it. But, if she's calling as well, I did change also the phone number on the account too. So that might help, and the email. Hi, flying doves. Yeah, it's like if you're all love and that's true, then why are you in these chats, these hate chats? I mean, yeah, you can make excuses for your focus on Fred and that's it, but you go in all hate chats like nonstop. It's, do you know anything about mirroring with your phone? I do feel it's an app. Um I know I don't know about mirroring or what you mean exactly, but I know. And it's not so, and I didn't even want to really even address this stuff, and here I am talking about it. But I did want to address, just show that it was my Google account, and I did want to say something about Ryan putting out that he's all love or whatever, and it's like when you first came out, you said you were hiking for your brother to show him the world, and now you're saying you came in like a storm to get the truth. No, you didn't. That's not what you said you were doing. Why are you lying to everybody? You came in here and told everybody you were showing the world to your brother who was disabled. That's what you told people, Ryan. Why are you lying? Yeah, where's all the other dogs? You know what I mean? That's not where it started. It started when I wouldn't take her to Tennessee. That's just her excuse. She's the most irresponsible person ever. She has no right to speak on anybody else. She's so highly irresponsible, and it has not even shown a bill in her name, like a simple task. But I don't really care enough to, go on and on about it like she does with me. Where's these other puppies? Where's all the other puppies? Where's Athena's brothers and sisters? You know, where are they? If I did such a bad thing, I only see one dog still around. Hey, Marie. Every day is try, expose Ziggy for something. Let's expose Ziggy. Let's expose Ziggy. And there's Ryan finds truth right there every single time from what I'm hearing from you guys. Oh, really? Thanks, Shaka. That's interesting. The Wells had their phones mirrored by police. The cops gave their phones back because you think that that's what they were doing. That's probably why. So you think that they would be able to continue keeping track of what they were talking about on there? Now, if they went and connected to the same Google account, like if they got, because I know that they kept switching phones. If they went and logged into the same Google account, then that would still give, if somebody was accessing their stuff through Google, and I'm thinking that's how the police do it, is right through your Google account. That's how they do it, like how my shit was hacked. Oh, thank you, Double Shot. That's Caitlin came up with it. Of course, everybody wanted to name her after Summer, but I just thought that was like kind of weird and too much. So I did. I mean, I named her after Summer in a way, but Athena Moon. We never call her that. But I know they sit there and talk about me, my mental health, how I look, me losing weight. just anything they can to try to put me down. It's not ever about reviewing my channel. Actually, when I went in there for the second I did and heard what they were saying, when I went up on panel that one time and kind of flipped out, of course, the second I get in there, they're sitting there saying, "Oh, she's lying. She knows that this is a lie. Listen to her. This is horrible." Like, and they sit there and say things like, you know, as fact, when everything I say is always alleged or my theory. Hi, Chris. It's like cloning your phone. That makes sense. But see, I'm not really concerned what people got off of my phone. Like, I know that they thought that they would get all kinds of freaking juicy stuff and um, stuff to harass us with and anything they can to try to get us in trouble in order to shut us up. But I'm sorry, I'm a law abiding citizen these days and have been for a long time. So I think it's funny, and that's the exact reason they didn't want me and Fred getting together and Fred changing his life around, because they didn't want anybody to believe him. They didn't want anybody to take him seriously. They wanted people to look at him as some kind of drug addict, hillbilly, piece of shit. And yeah, and I came in and I ruined their whole freaking plan. If people can't see that, then, I love how they freaking, from what I hear from you guys, they're trying to say, oh, um, try and play off like I'm crazy and like, oh, trying to say it was just some random from another country. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. It was just some rando from another country that hacked my Google account and went straight to my YouTube. Okay. Just 2 days after 666 gets so upset about the electric and does all that shit.
See, that's why Don destroyed that one phone that night that he called the CPO.
Yeah, right.
Because he thought the law had a clone.
Yeah, see, Fred was saying that's why Don destroyed his phone that one night when he called CPS. When he went down to Fred's and was like saying he called CPS because the kids are in danger and they're coming to take the kids um and that would he help him to go negotiate a debt in Knoxville and all this shit, and then he was freaking out and telling Fred to like that he needed to get rid of his phone, and Fred's like, why do I need to get rid of my phone? And he was like, Don was freaking out thinking his phone was cloned and everything. So yeah, I'm sure like him changing phones all the time would definitely be a red flag. Yeah, and I know. Just like they try to get on people about, my mom's about marrying Fred or something. Are you guys like? I mean, seriously, these people would not be my mods if they were telling me what to do. Like my mods, no, I go with what I feel is right, no matter what. I'm not now. There is times like they talk to me or give me advice and stuff and I take it, but I don't get told what to do ever. No. No. Why? And about what? My opinion, she's jealous of you and she's mad because of something that has happened and she thinks all of, and too, like the whole jealousy thing or whatever. People are like, oh, yeah, we'd be so jealous of you. There's more than one thing to be. For some reason, some people like attention, whether it's negative or positive. And I get a lot of attention, negative and positive, I guess. And I guess she fucking wants that. I don't understand it. Fred's sister is the same way. She likes attention no matter if it's good or bad. See, do I sit there and, I mean, yeah, I call her 666 because she won't freaking leave me alone and she sounds like a demon when she talks. Just like chasing. Yesterday, I was minding my own business, doing a reading, and here she comes in my chat just to tell me that she posted something about me. And it's like, do you think I really care? I still haven't watched it, and I still don't care, and I will never care. Like, you should not care about anything I say over here about you or anywhere. I don't put you in the title. I don't make you the subject of my lives like you do me. All you guys, you don't see how this is working. I don't freaking talk. I don't target you guys. I respond to your lies. You sit there and call me names and try to attack me and my looks and who I marry and just everything I freaking do, my bills, like nonstop, the silliest, pettiest shit, trying to shame me, thinking it's going to make me feel bad about myself. And I'll just stop talking, you know, because you guys are so afraid of the truth coming out because you freaking white knighted for Andy Bernard for so long and you can't go backwards when I tried to warn you for fucking years. And then also, I do believe you guys got into some shit at Ben Hill when you guys went out there because otherwise you would have been sharing all about the trip. But no, it's top secret, right? Top secret. But you guys are trying to dig into us, like we're hiding something. I mean, come on. Yeah, I have. And that's what she was, Shaka, that's what she was mad about, that I had drawn some cards on my other channel about these people's intentions. I didn't put any of their names in the title. It got maybe like 400 or 500 views. Like, I don't have that many people over on that channel. It's a channel I like to go chill and hang out and like just a few of us away from the drama and bullshit. And here she freaking comes just to fucking let me know shit because she knows I don't watch her. They have to make me aware of it because they know I don't care. I mean, obviously, I don't have absolute proof, of who it was, but I have some good guesses. I think anybody in my situation would think the same thing. I know when people are coming to me like usually I can tell when people are like really genuinely concerned and worried, and when people are just trying to make me look like something's wrong with me, um, or I'm crazy. I'm just like making this stuff up in my head. That's what they want you guys to think. Just like they want you to think that Fred just made up that he worked with law enforcement and saw Andy Bernard on the road. That's what they're trying to make you guys think we're crazy. Oh, thank you, Ivy. Hey, Penny. Thanks, Diana. It's hard to not give any attention to this. Vic, I thought I was so skinny and something was wrong with me. I thought I was dying. I thought like all my hair was falling out and I'm just like, just shriveling away. She said she never said she would share your history, but you had a message of her saying that she would. Oh, my payment history? Yeah. People were telling me, like, sent that to me. So I don't have to ever go looking for that stuff. I know. And last time when Jim passed and I didn't respond, they took over and I had so many of you guys saying, it looked bad, me not sticking up for myself. Well, I really didn't. It was petty in comparison to Jim's death, It was, they were trying to say things like, make it my fault that Jim passed. I mean, horrible things. Six Up was out there putting out a protective order, a private document between me and Jim that nobody should have saw, but she had. You see what I'm talking about? He absolutely does, in my opinion. And it's, what would you guys do if you were in this situation and you knew for a fact, you're married to somebody who worked with police, who saw Andy on the road, who's all over YouTube saying he wasn't? Would you just sit there and like keep it to yourself? I mean, there are a lot of people that are keeping it to themselves and know that he was on the road. I get it, but I know it's scary. But you guys got to think my position that I'm in. Thank you, lover, not a fighter. Thanks, Bugs. And then but they tried to act like, oh, I had no reason. It was weird that I was upset that he died. It was weird. I didn't want to be with him anyways, so we might as well just fucking die, right? These people are horrible, horrible human beings. Um, some Kathy sometimes still texts occasionally. She's kind of like tries to say they start targeting her for just being in my chat. That's what they do. They target you guys individually so that you'll stop coming in my freaking chat. Well, why would they be jealous of me? I have a $2,000 electric bill. They couldn't possibly be jealous. God. I mean, what else could it be? I don't know. I don't know what people would be jealous of either. I think we should all work together. And I think truly that they're afraid that Fred is right. I truly think that's it. Because what other reason would they be all trying to shut us up? Hey, Giselle. I'm gonna just probably say almost just like, yeah, I planned on it actually to take a few days away just to work on readings and where I'm working at right now and focus on that because I'm contracted so I can work when I want basically. Um, this has got me all distracted. So yeah, that's the plan, is just instead focus on that and keep my mind off this. It's just every time I'm shown something or see something, and these people know it, um, they know I just can be impulsive, and that's why they'll try to show me stuff while live. So I'll freaking react live, and because if I give it 10 minutes, I'm over it. But I see things that I know are absolute lies, and it's just so difficult for me not to respond. Like, somebody asked me yesterday about Ryan's post, like if I saw it, and I said no, and I, wasn't gonna look. It wasn't by. I was like, okay, I got curious, of course. Go look. And I kind of skim. I didn't even read the whole thing, and I just noticed it's basically like him trying to act like he's all love and no hate, and that he wants to say I'm a good person. Like he's trying to play off like he's like the saint, and like he's just this all love, peace, love, happiness. But yet his favorite hangouts are places like 666, A Tragedy Pimps Exposed, any type of drama that's going on about Ziggy or Fred. You know, he's always in those chats, always, always, always. And they're never positive. They're always negative, and they're always talking shit and calling names and being hateful and evil. It is not love at all. Thank you, RJ. And I know you were going to be disappointed that I even saying anything or responding. And look, there's makeup. But this is what happens when I go live. I plan on talking about something else, and then I did want to address the Google account thing, because people can't seem for some reason to ever repeat the correct story. They're trying to confuse in little tiny ways, like she's been dealing with her own family stuff, and so on top of that, she wanted to pull away from. She'll come in chats, like occasionally you'll see her in chats that are like not very many people, and kind of quiet. Yeah, he hangs out with all the people that's always talking crap and are hateful. Yeah, exactly. Once you see it with him, you can't unsee it. It's painful to watch him now, because for those that don't know better and know the beginning, it's just and how he came about. He comes out, he like his in his post, which I don't even feel like sharing. Like, I know, I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like taking the energy to even go over there. Um, but you guys can look at what it is, and he's just basically saying, I'm paraphrasing, that he's all love, and that he would like to think that I'm a good person too, and that he just is, he came in like a storm. Yeah, he came in like a storm, but it was for the truth. It's like, no, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't, dude. You came out here saying you were hiking for your brother to show him the world. You grabbed onto what you thought would give you views. What cracks me up is they call you a grifter, but they are grifting off your grifting. Right? Exactly. Grifting off the grifter, right? Which would, to me, would seem worse, because if you know something is bad, and it's, if you truly feel like something's bad, then why are you sharing it and then you yourself making money off of it. You're just sharing it out there more and more. Here's where right here is just where it shows on my wall the email from YouTube where they had restored it to pre-hack state. So there's proof that they had accessed my YouTube account, but it wasn't directly done through my YouTube account. It was done through my Google account. So it's confusing, and that's what these people use. They like to use confusion to make people think differently. It's just hard to kill Dan Markle, bid money. I don't know that case, I don't think. I can't watch it either. I don't know how people sit there and watch it like Ryan Finds Truth, like for, you know. Oh, thank you, Luminous. That was sweet of you. Um, Hold on 1 second. Forgot what I was gonna go do. Um, exactly. That's all it is. I'm so crazy. Fred's so crazy. He's a freaking, that's what they're trying to make us seem like we're just these crazy, drunken, or drugged hillbilly freaking pieces of shit who don't pay their bills. That's what they're trying to make us seem like we're so crazy because they don't want people listening to us. And I'll say it over and over again. It's I don't know why they care so much. I mean, there's so many lies put out about Fred, but you don't see him like doing the shit that they're doing, you know? Oh, I know, right? Juicy boosted his channel when it was about his brother. Then he went about Summer. Then he changed her opinion about him. Right? And you remember when at first he was like, he's all facts and not about psychics, and then his wife comes out as psychic. It was so confusing, guys. Um, but yeah, there was a channel called Just the Receipts that did an expose on Six Up. It's out there. Her like begging for money and stuff before she was ever on YouTube and Reddit. Um, it's her. It's what she does. Well, I would think so too, but of course they don't. They want to play it off like that. I'm just imagining it, or it was some random in another country, guys. Oh, thank you. So, Don B, speaking of, uh, is getting, I think, getting the results for the lie detector test for Fred. And when I mentioned that, that's when they went ballistic. Seriously, these people are so afraid of the truth coming out. It's unreal. And I think people should be pay attention to that because Fred's sister and Ryan came out at the same time when Fred went to jail. Fred's sister came out. Her grand entry into the community was putting when she got into Fred's mail and stole that sample lie detector test that was sent to him as a copy before it was sent off to get reviewed in Nashville. And that's why I said no opinion. At the time, I had no freaking idea. I couldn't. They were keep like making it hard for me to talk to Fred. He was afraid to say things on the phone. So I didn't find out till later the truth about the lie detector, and I'm putting it out like it's like results or something. But when you think about it, like it makes sense. When do you ever see a lie detector say no opinion? It never says that. If it's going to say, it would say inconclusive. Had no opinion because the woman had no opinion. She wasn't the one that was going over it. And that was just a sample of the questions. That was not all of them. So Don B is getting that, trying to, anyways. And they wanted to know, I gave them the exact date, just like yesterday or the day before, because they were wanting to know the exact date. So here soon, that's going to really, I think, be big. And I think that they're worried about that because that was the whole point of Fred's sister coming out, was to try to make Fred look bad with that fake lie, that lie detector test. Not fake, but it was before it was even freaking reviewed. So she tried to make everybody think that he wasn't being honest because it said no opinion and that basically it was like inconclusive or whatever. Right? We're not going to say anything about straight up lies put out, we're not going to call any of that out, but we're going to attack Ziggy for her theories and opinions. Yeah, I didn't even know it. I did not realize it at the time. Like, I was freaking covering it too. She illegally got into Fred's mail and intercepted that document and put it out on YouTube in a way to make Fred look a certain way. And now they're all freaking out because we're going to get the results to that test. And they don't want people to see their results. It will all come out. It will all come out, come around. Everything slowly but surely being exposed. Where's all their feet on the ground videos? Have you? I've never taken one. This one was through the TBI though, so Fred said he would take one too, like an independent one, but we would have to obviously make sure it was a legitimate actual polygrapher, not some friend of a friend of a friend. Well, that polygraph that Fred got, what is was not a Summer Wells polygraph. Fred was never labeled a suspect by law enforcement ever. They never freaking gave him a polygraph on Summer Wells. They were using him from day one as to record for them and show them places in the area that possibly these people could have put her. You took yours on a Steve Wilkos? Are you serious? I love Steve Wilkos. So, where was I going with that? Intercepting the mail, putting it out there, trying to make Fred look like a certain way. Here comes Ryan at the same time, trying to pretend being our friends. And then we already noticed when he would call, like the time that he talked to Fred on the chirp, Fred got his chirp taken away immediately on a new chirp that he hadn't even used yet. And he's talking, and here comes the freaking guard right after talking to Ryan, asking, it says, "Where's the chirp?" That's all he said. We suspected him from that second, but I wanted to freaking didn't want to believe it. No, Carolyn, and I don't know care what she put out an hour ago. I was talking about just in general my channel being my freaking Google account being hacked, the electric bill situation. That's funny. The distractions people are intentionally doing just to make um, people look a certain way. Mm. I passed my polygraph, but the detective told me I didn't pass just to see if I would spill the beans or snitch on my friends. Wow. Right? Let's call Steve Wilkos. Let's have let's have Fred on there, Andy Bernard, me. No, Fred would hate being on a show like that, but I'm sure he would do it. I don't know if he would or not. He doesn't like that kind of attention, so I knew somebody who was on who I knew somebody who was on a show. Jim's sister was on So I'm one of those. These people are anything they can to like switch around everything I say. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know he goes live on TikTok. I've seen him. He's always live on TikTok in his pool. I wouldn't. I mean, you do what you want, Carolyn, but that type of negative energy, I don't like to listen to it at all. Any of it. I mean, of course, it's usually always about me, but any type of negativity about like others, anybody, I don't sit. I like. I used to watch. Hey, what's that channel? It's not in this community, but Good Lordy, it's Jordy or whatever. And he like reviews like Amber Reed or whatever her name is, that really big girl, and this other it. I would watch it and it was funny at first, but then I started feeling kind of bad. Like I was like, this is kind of like, you know, kind of feel bad about it. So because I feel like nobody should be if they're attacking you on your looks, just petty things, your bills, like stupid stuff like that, then they're probably in the wrong. Oh, you're really awesome, Linda. Some people watch Connie just to see like what's being said in case they think I need to know, but honestly, pretty much like 99% of the time I don't need to know about any of it. It's always just like them talking shit, calling me, just it's all bullshit. I would never get anything done just listening to that and going back and forth. And that's why I don't listen, because if I hear it, the lies, I'm going to want to, correct it. Like you'll notice they change every little thing. They try to make everything change every little thing just slightly. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, so if I might just be taking a few days like away here, just to focus on other stuff, but the problem with PG is she doesn't stay consistent. So that's why she's not believable in certain things. When she gets mad at us, or whenever it's convenient for her, she'll start talking bad about Fred. But when it's convenient for her, she'll start saying the greatest things about him. And I'd much rather somebody be real and honest instead of like so fake like that. I can't stand fakeness. Yeah, it takes a lot for me to respond to these people. And they know that. That's why they go to the extremes that they do, you know, because otherwise they wouldn't get any time of day whatsoever. I would not freaking care about them calling me piggy. Like, I fucking care. It's so elementary, guys. So elementary and immature, these people hanging out in these chats. And to me, that shows a lot about the person. If that's how you spend your free time, is hanging out in Ziggy hate channels, you're not all love. Stop lying. All you're doing is making yourself look like a fool more and more by acting like you're something you're not, when it's clear for some reason you have a big thing against Fred and myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, why would they go out of their way to find me where, on other platforms and stuff like that? If it's truly about Summer Wells and you don't, why are you trying to affect my life elsewhere? Like trying to interfere with where I work, trying to anything they can do to cause problems for us. No, you're fine, Carolyn. I know some of you guys watch it, and it's one thing to check out like what somebody's talking about, but it's a whole other thing being in there every night, participating in it. Like that really is does something to your whole psyche. Listening to all that negativity 24/7, even if it isn't about yourself. Aw, you can always, Brenda. I could, if you, I can. My address is out there anyway, so I could always, if you email me, I could always send you my address. Who's the creator that lived in a van? Were they actually a creator or? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any reason to just randomly go after somebody for like anything, unless they are directly affecting the case in some way or trying to make things look different. Then that's going to get my attention, and I'm going to wonder why. Um, I don't. Can you imagine how much time it would take to find all this information on somebody, and to try to? Can you imagine the time like 666 spends on my life? And it has to be her whole world 24/7. It is creepy, you know? when have I ever tried to find, besides the one expose I did of her after months and months of her freaking attacking me and me getting a protective order, I don't care enough. I think that bothers her that I just do not care. When you're standing in your truth and you know you're who you are and believe in what you're saying 100%, you don't have, you know what I mean? I don't have anything to worry about. These people are the people that have something to worry about. That's why they're attacking us. They're the ones scared. They're the ones worried. I'm not fucking worried at all. I'm not afraid of getting arrested. I'm not afraid of Fred getting arrested. I'm not afraid of him being involved in Summer Wells. I'm not afraid of him involved in Cotton Simpson whatsoever, not even for a split second. And they're not going to make me freaking try to confuse my brain and make me believe otherwise what is actually fact and what I've experienced and witnessed myself over the years. I'm not gonna let you gaslight me into believing different shit like you do all the whole trying to do to the community. So only thing I did was showed the criminal stuff that Six Up did, like she has like 14 mug shots, of course, theft, drug charges, straight up piece of shit. Reddit, like all that stuff, begging for product and money. She's lost all her kids. She still has an underage kid, but she doesn't freaking take care of it, but wants to judge me. We could go on and on. She has a settlement against her for $10,000 because her dog attacked this woman's child, and she freaking took off. Six Up took off in the middle of the night to try to and moved out to try to get out of that stuff. Never paid a dime, but she's concerned about how much I owe on my electric bill. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. She's a felon. I'm not, but she has something to say about me. Imagine being so hateful you waste half your life obsessed with someone who's done nothing but be better than you. She's had so many opportunities to do something different and do something good, but she just continues to, and that's what makes me think, like, is there something more to it now? Like, is she getting paid by Andy or these people to try to keep these horrible things out? It is weird how Fred's sister immediately attached to Six Up. I hope so. Last night, Fred was like, it was actually kind of sad because he doesn't care. It doesn't bug him what people say about him. It's more so what when I get upset, it bugs them. And last night, he was just like, I just wish I could go to sleep for like 2 or 3 months and wake up and there'll be justice for Summer, or the truth be out about Summer. We're just so fucking tired of this. We're so tired of it. And they'll come up with something else, guys. Watch. Just like when I paid off this Cindy loan within 3 months. It was something else. It's always something else. Even when these answers come out for Summer Wells, they're going to have something to say. Something. Watch. They're going to have something to say about Fred and I, how it's going to be something. Some people think that, Linda. Hey, TJ. Actually, Giselle, it was Fred's sister that went out of her way to search or to find Six Up. So I have the email that Fred's sister first sent out when she came into the community. She first got a hold of Burn Barrel because me and Burn Barrel, we would go on and do debates, but we were actually really close, but we didn't have the same beliefs and stuff. So she thought Burn Barrel was a freaking enemy of mine. She contacted Burn Barrel with an email that Burn Barrel, of course, sent me, and it said, if you don't put out this lie detector test, I'm going to contact 666 up. And she showed me that. I was like, okay, but she ended up contacting Six Up anyways to do it. I guess it didn't work good enough or something. I don't know. She reached out to Six Up to put that shit out and to make Fred look a certain way purposely. And that should show you something. And what's weird too is like I never suspected Fred's sister. I mean, I thought it was weird hearing from Fred that she used to hide and stuff and didn't want to be seen in the hall. Or she was and I knew she had ties to 110, but I didn't suspect really that she would be involved. But now it's just like, oh my God, like finding out that she slept with Dawn Wells and has been up there on the hill hanging out since Summer went missing. It's just all starting to make sense. Her trying to set Fred up, doing anything she can to try to make him look a certain way. Even the cops said to him, your own sister's trying to set you up. She would go and hide things on the property and then call the police. Like they knew what she was doing. Over and over, and she called the jail over and over too, and that's why it caused so much issues. And they were not happy with all the calls and shit going to the jail. How the hell are you looking younger? You're sweet. Well, according to the haters, I'm looking sick and frail and like something's wrong with me. So I don't even know what else to say. This was way too much time focused on these people. Way too much time. But at the same time, that it is important for you guys to be aware of this stuff. If I didn't say anything, you guys, because what happened last time when Jim passed away and I wasn't responding to anything, people, started falling for the shit, hook, line, and sinker, one after another. But I didn't care. The newlywed diet. Oh, thank you, Connie and Giselle and Rihanna, everybody. Our channel will eventually be gone, I'm sure. Like, eventually this is all going to backfire. She's not going to stop till she's arrested. She's going beyond what's normal, like normal hate channels. Like these other channels, they just come on and they talk a lot of shit. They play my stuff, sit there and talk shit. That's it. They leave it at that. But she does it when she gets off YouTube. It doesn't end for her for the day. It's still Ziggy on her mind 24/7. What can she do to fuck with Ziggy? What can she do to fuck with Ziggy? How can she fuck shit up for her? That's on her mind 24/7, and she said it herself. And you guys, if you guys don't see that, I don't know what else to do. Oh, hold on. It's because that the person, when they hacked my Google account and then went to my YouTube channel, they deleted all my mods. So I'm having to re-add one at a time. And I can't remember exactly. Some of you guys don't really want to be mods because first of all, they attack you. Yeah, I don't need to see what they're saying and stuff unless it's like, once something about them again crossing the line as far as into real life. Um, I just don't care to see their little skits, making fun of me or all that. Like, guys, that's immature, silly, and not anything that's going to help me to see. You know what I mean? It really isn't. Or them just, they're reviewing my channel. That happens every day. It's nothing new, right? Yeah, I see. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me something wrong with me, so nobody will listen to me. She's crazy, guys. It's just so crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. The freaking extent that you guys are going to shut us up. It is fucking insane. That's what's fucking crazy. I think you guys need to see a doctor. That's not normal. That's obsessive behavior. That's, to me, addict behavior. That's what addicts do. People who are using drugs, they don't think normally. I don't even know who Tim is, really. I don't. Hey, Amos. See, when I went though off YouTube recently, it was still a Ziggy show almost every night, from what I hear from. Yeah, because it makes you want to, Dee Dee, it makes you want to, when you hear it, it makes you want to correct it, because they sit there and they'll make sure to repeat things wrong, not tell exactly you're right. They'll try to change it slightly. I'm telling you guys, at least you guys, the ones that are hardcore supporting some of these people, I just would not want to be. It would make me physically sick to know that I was riding around with Andy Bernard day after day, sticking up for him, trying to help him online to change people's opinion. It would make me freaking sick physically to later find out that that he was involved the whole time, and he's trying to point you in different directions, and everybody he's sending you to is his buddies, right? I'm sure though there'll be some kind of excuse. Appreciate that, Giselle. Yeah, that's what they first did. This is so reminiscent of when Jim passed away. Their attempt to go behind the scenes and get different creators on board, against me and making them think like I'm this horrible person, telling them I said this or I did that. And a lot of these people don't even go look or check, and they just take their word for it, and then they get pissed off and they go live, start talking shit. And that's what and when it happened, when Jim passed away, I didn't care enough at the time, because I was so, there was bigger things to worry about at that time. But now, that's why they're trying to cause all these problems for us. Like, if we have some major issues in our life, like, no electric or whatever they're trying to do, then we won't be able to cover the case, and we won't be able to put the truth out there. Well, I mean, it's weird. I mean, when Benny claimed something like that, I didn't really believe it. To me, it seems so. But now, I mean, if your life is on the line, think about it. If you're one of these people and you're scared of getting arrested and your life is on the line, you might do crazy things like pay somebody to, you know, do videos or whatever. And they could just play it off, like the person paying could just play it off like, oh, I'm just sick of this person's shit, blah, blah, blah. And not even say, oh, I'm just trying to hide, I don't want to get arrested. They all have to do is contact somebody who doesn't really like me anyways, or has already talked shit about me anyways. And most of these people on here on this app are all about the views, do not care about what's the truth. They just, whatever can get them their attention. Oh, sorry, Sage. You meant, is it dumb, right? I know. And people, country girl, people think like they're like, oh, if I were you, I'd be calling the police, blah, blah, blah. Like, people don't understand. Yes, I've called the police, I've made reports, but like the police, you can't, it's really out of police scope. Okay, you want to make reports, yes, and let them aware of the real life stuff, just because later down the road, if something happens, they'll see a pattern or whatever. But as far as getting the police to actually do anything, that's a whole other thing. You have to pretty much hand them the case on a silver platter, all your proof that it's absolutely them. And you have to know everything, like where they're at, everything. So these people know it. It's all, they know that I'm going to either have to probably get a protect or a PI, private investigator, or a lawyer in order to get to nail them. And they know I just can't do that right now. So, but eventually they're going to mess up, guys. I mean, calling my electric company and then putting it out on YouTube that you have my payment history, that's pretty stupid. Pretty stupid to admit you have my payment history when that's not something you can access through the guest portal. Are you serious, Sage? That's horrible. That's horrible. Are you talking about your mother? Like they don't have her pain medicine? That is, I hope that they're doing something for her because that's horrible. Dealing with the pain and then having to deal with withdrawal on top of that. That's horrible. And top of being sick, and they need to do something. Either they need to have her come into the hospital or something so she can get medication. Oh, your daughter. Don't What they'll do is try to get you to click something so they can get access to your stuff. So charge me. So Linda, if you want to know if you should move back to if you should move back to Texas. That's horrible, Sage. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I know you were going through something. And yeah, Sage or Shay, you put out a lot about. I don't know. I'd start watching that if all the channels that put out stuff about Andy start getting freaking um targeted. That'd be kind of freaking weird. Should Linda? What would be the outcome if she moved to Texas? Would she be happy? What would be the outcome for Linda if she moved to the King of Pentacles? Ten of Cups. Are you? You must be married. Is this you and a husband or something? Dang it. Hold on. Linda Thompson on the screen. Two of Pentacles fell out. Yeah, nobody had my password either. They do it through they do it through your Google account. Somehow they put I know they get you to click on something for one. And I know they've been trying to do it for freaking ever. Okay, what would be the outcome if she moved to Texas? I don't know. Is it a work thing or something to do with money? What would be the outcome? Some type of sentimental or something, some kind of comfort. Maybe you lived there as a child or something, or let's see. Because I'm seeing something about the past, being familiar, something familiar about the area. And it looks like because there's some kind of like, you're dealing with some kind of like difficulty or fail or something not working out for you. It could be with work or money, and that could be what made you. What is this? 10 of Swords. What would be the outcome if she moved to Texas? 6 of Cups again. Something about the past. Could be somebody you're attached to or a child, maybe. Do you have a child that lives there? Something's not moving forward like you want. 6 of Cups, Chariot, going towards some kind of success. Queen of... I see it being stressful, but I think it would be a good thing. Let me see. I think, let me see. I see a new job or new, I do see you guys moving or some kind of new job or something or new, I think it's movement because there's some kind of stress. Or some reason that you're having to protect yourself and it's just not, something's just not working where you're at. Let me see more. What's your opinion on it, RJ? What about this? I'm about to, after this, I am about to get off here and take a nap. I haven't had a headache or more about this 6 of Cups, Chariot, the Tower. So this is some kind, that is this a good Tower moment or bad if she ends up moving? So this is the Lovers and Ace of Swords. Success at the bottom. There's something about it that would, for some reason, I think be good for your guys' marriage or relationship. More about this. 6 of Swords, moving on to protect yourself because something's stopping you. Let's see, I have a lawsuit I've been wanting for $250,000. Oh, your daughter got killed. I do see something about a child. That's what. Putting on. Timing isn't right yet. I do think that you're going to move too. I do think that you're going to. I moved from there to Lubbock to raise my grandkids when my daughter got killed. So this would be a positive thing for her to. How would she feel if she didn't? I understand that, Shay. Not going to a funeral because it's your cousin. So what would be the outcome if she didn't move? Or how would she didn't move? Seven of Cups. Six of Pentacles. If she did not move, what would be the outcome? So I do think that, so you're waiting on some kind of settlement. Does it have something to do with your daughter? Let me see what you said that settlement. I feel like keep the willpower to make. I think that maybe you might get that settlement first. There might be something about that first. So I kind of agree with RJ that it probably would be a little bit of time. There's something else that I feel like you're committed to, and I feel like that's going to happen first. Till you get this judgment. Then you're going to start being, I think, looking into moving. So I keep getting something of being dedicated to the past. You have something that you're focused on with the past right now. And I feel like you're going to take care of that first before moving. But yeah, you are going to end up moving, I think. So has something to do with your, like, it being your, I keep getting a focus on the child, so I don't know. You said you used to live there. There's probably something. Let me see. Let's get one of these for Linda. You're funny, Linda. You're sweet. Blessings and abundance. Look at that. Blessings and abundance. says a light of blessings and abundance is being wrapped around you now, and your angels want you to know that they are supporting you. They are encouraging you to trust in your intuition and any other guidance you are receiving at this time, as it will lead you towards tremendous growth and fulfillment. Many blessings are being showered upon your present situation. If you have not yet experienced them, know that they will be revealed and shared in the perfect time space sequence. All the doors to abundance are now being opened to you. Angel wisdom is encouraging you to begin counting your blessings. Then you will be open to receiving even more of them. Yeah, so try to be grateful even though you're waiting on this money or whatever, and it can get depressing or discouraging, but it's important to try to stay grateful even though things might not be working out exactly how you want to. But I don't think you should give up, because I do feel like there's going to be some kind of judgment. I did music, Tourette's. What was your name before? That's scary, making that kind of decision, after 30 years. That's really scary. Sometimes though, like if we want things to be different, then we have to do something completely different than what we're used to. So try off name private pharmacies, go to the hospitals, pharmacies. Amen. Very grateful just for you, let alone my friend. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. I think that sometimes it auto corrects to Piggy instead of Ziggy, so I don't ever really think much of it when people accidentally say Piggy or whatever, or purposely say it. I just usually assume that it was autocorrect. So I was asking if it was what their name used to be before, because I do. Oh, you're welcome, Linda. Brian Koberger must sit up in his bunk at 4 p.m. every day for the rest of his life and hold up his prison ID for count. Failure to do so will result in loss of visitation, commissary, and phone privileges. Something tells me that he won't really care to lose phone privileges or visitation or any of that. I don't think he seems very social. No, it wasn't you, Linda. I was talking to music, Tourette's, about the What they right. Oh, I don't know. I just don't let little things like that bother me. You know what I mean? But yeah. I just take note and I move on. And then if I notice other things, then I'm like, okay, yeah, so you are a troll. Yeah, not Linda. I was very naive to freaking the bullshit on here. I don't know how. I mean, I should have noticed it. And I guess I just didn't. I don't know. All right, guys. I guess I'll go. I don't know. I don't really have much more to discuss. And when I notice when I stay on like beyond, I start talking about things that stupid shit. So I just wanted to address that, put that out, and I'm not going. You know, if you see something you think is like serious, yeah, I'll send it to me or whatever. But people talking about me or whatever is they always are going to do that. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. At least some people recognize that. I try to be as best as I can. Like, but everybody have it's so freaking hot. Holy moly. Well, thank you, Connie. I think the heat has something to do with it too. I was noticing like I'm getting gray hair. I was noticing in the mirror gray hair. Grays galore. That'd be awesome, Giselle. I could do it today if you want. Probably. If anybody is ever wanting a reading, you could always um, email me and or message me. And if I'm not doing anything, I'll come on. Calcium, magnesium. Drink plenty of water. Will that make my grays go away? I do need to drink. That is one thing that will be the next on my list when the next thing I'll try to work on is the Diet Coke addiction. Yeah, I don't need to see it. If it's something that's just like a review or people just making fun of me or Fred, that's okay. They do that every day. Did you know, Shay, that Ryan finds truth is all love? He's all love. That's why he goes in the hate channels and their hate chats, because he's all love. And just for the innocent. Or whatever. I know, Amos. I know, a lot of you got. Yeah, water will. It might. Does it help with grays for real? Right. That's different. If you're just pointing out stuff that you disagree with or whatever, if you're fair and you don't just sit there and focus on me and Fred like, 24/7. And I understand too why you would think, you know, I would understand why people. It is true. It is what happens when people get too close to people. In the case, I will never. Again, this will never freaking happen again. Obviously, this is like a once in a lifetime thing that I just so happened to get involved with the case and meet somebody and marry them. You know what I mean? And I didn't expect it all to freaking happen. And I don't look at him like a suspect at all. He's never been named a suspect. That's what these people are trying to make you think. I'm sure he was looked into, but I mean, gosh, he was working for the police since day one. So, biotin helps hair nails. I probably should take some. Yeah, and see, also, like my hair's light, so these people, of course, too, are trying to say stuff like the grays are also making me. My hair's thin. It's always been thin. Um, and the grays, the lighter it makes it, it will actually, when I turn certain ways, it will look like bald spots. But it's just my hair is light and it's thin, and the gray hairs is light too, and it's making it even more like thin looking in a way. I was noticing it in the mirror today. I was like, oh my gosh, grays galore. Like right up here, all around here. West Virginia. You know what? Fred was the first person to ever point out that I had gray hairs. I didn't notice them. The very first time I noticed I had gray hairs was like within like a year ago or something. I never could tell because my hair is naturally blonde. It's dark blonde now, obviously, as I gotten older. So it's already light. So I wasn't noticing it. I wasn't noticing like the white gray hairs. It's actually like whitish. Um, I hate it. My sister has the most beautiful, thick, long, straight, perfect board straight hair. Like that is one thing I wish I had. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me anymore. That I used to care what people about my looks and stuff like that. I was kind of offended at first. I'm like, oh, thanks for freaking pointing out my gray hairs. I haven't colored my hair in so long. Fred has the thickest hair I've ever seen in my life. And thick and like dense and just, oh my God, it's like a rug. Yeah, I think a lot of people actually start going gray in their 20s, actually. So I'm, my early 40s. I think that's, well, now I'm at mid 40s, technically. I'm 44. So, but I technically started going gray from what I noticed early 40s. I started noticing wrinkles and stuff. Like, what age was I? Like, definitely past 35. Do a petite frost L'Oreal. Cut your hair a little shorter, and it does need cut. Me too, Shay. You guys, I'm having to add everybody as mod one at a time again because they freaking. Oh, West Virginia was your name? Did I meet you on here, music, or elsewhere? To do a reading? Because I do readings on other places too. Some people find my channel through me doing readings for them elsewhere. And I do remember. She used to let me cut my hair when I was younger. My hair's always been thin. It's just always naturally been thin my whole life. Can't get into studio with my tablet. What about Restream? Or wait, what do you mean studio? Like YouTube studio? How have you been going live? Dang. Can you gosh. Um were you able to at one point, Shay? Can you maybe do like a factory reset in case like something got on your computer? Yeah, I just don't eat as much as I used to, not nearly as much, and I walk like all the time. I try to go daily just to stay in the habit of it so I don't get lazy. Hmm. Is that what you were always accessing, Shay? Is that how you were always accessing it? My computer is shot. Oh, I wish I was there. Like I could be there to help a little bit, but gosh, if it was up to Fred to do all this, he would never be able to figure it out. Seriously. So I get it. Some people just weren't into computers and stuff like that growing up and wasn't around that stuff. Like my hair really dark. Yeah, it would get everywhere. That's like one of the first times I dyed my hair, honestly. Like anything, I never really dyed my hair. Try syncing through your Wi-Fi, whatever that means. I'm not even sure what that really means. Wish I had some ideas. Need someone to teach me how to actually use moderator tools. If you just like tap on somebody's name at the bottom, it should say hide user or put in timeout. I'm not seeing like these people you guys say you see. I don't see this for real person. Must be somebody I have. All right, guys. I'll let you go. I'm sorry that What did For Real say? I didn't even see their comment. Oh no, it didn't show up on my end. I know, but I don't even see where they. Where CC is, you'll see something that looks like a nut. And then what do you do when you go do that? Yeah, it's okay, guys. It's fine. All right, guys. I don't want to. I'm trying not to log off because I don't want somebody. If you guys are trying to help somebody, I didn't want to just shut off the stream, but I do need to pee really bad. So try that. And there should be settings. I'm not sure that would. Florida heat is no joke. Phew. Because I had Ernie on. Oh my gosh. If that's all it takes, we can listen to differing opinions. I don't remember ever teaming up with Ernie Shell. He was on my panel recently, but I don't remember I'm not on a team with him in any way. We don't talk regularly. We had him on as a guest to just talk to him about the case, you know, totally nothing, just innocent. I usually can, country girl, but yeah, I must have had them blocked in some way. The name sounds familiar of somebody who's always talked shit. So they're not. That's not true. That they've always been Ziggy and Fred supporters or used to believe us. That person has talked shit so much. That's why. Yeah, they are definitely a hater. And it's, let me see.